Traore versus the world, how secret Russian forces are making sure he is untouchable. President Ibrahim Traoré has emerged from yet another attempted coup, not just standing, but stronger and more fortified than ever. According to sources close to the government, a covert deployment of elite Russian commandos has been brought in to bolster the embattled leader's security apparatus following a failed assassination plot on April 16. This latest move is part of a sweeping internal security overhaul being described by insiders as the lockdown doctrine. Hi, I am Sal Pierre with the latest report on events following the failed coup attempt on President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. In a nation besieged by both jihadist insurgencies and deep-rooted political betrayal, Traoré's regime now resembles more of a fortress than a government. But this is not the tale of a power-hungry strongman. It is, according to supporters, the saga of a revolutionary who refuses to kneel. The war against Traoré. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has survived over 15 assassination and coup attempts since seizing power in 2022. No other African leader in the Sahel has faced such relentless efforts to be removed, raising questions. What makes him different from Washington to Paris, and even in some African capitals? Traoré's assertive defiance against foreign influence has unsettled traditional power structures. He's denounced neo-colonial interference, redirected national resources toward domestic priorities, and aligned more closely with powers like Russia. For this, critics say, he has made himself a target of coordinated international hostility. Yet the gravest threats have come from within. April's failed coup attempt, traced to elements allegedly backed by former junta leader Paul-Henri Damiba and with suspected support from neighboring Ivory Coast, marks the latest escalation in a campaign to remove Traoré at all costs. Shout out to our dear subscribers. To our non-subscribers or first-time viewers, your support is as valuable. If you can take a second to hit the subscribe button, that will be fantastic. Lockdown Doctrine, the new security blueprint. In response, the presidency has launched an uncompromising national security doctrine. At its core lies a complete restructuring of the presidential guard previously infiltrated by defectors and saboteurs. Only the most loyal now serve near the president, and each has undergone invasive vetting, including scrutiny of family ties, political affiliations, and even overseas contacts. A second pillar of this strategy is a civilian militia known as the VDP, Volunteers for the Defense of the Homeland. Once tasked with defending villages from terrorism, they now serve a dual role as watchdogs of the revolution. Deployed across key military and administrative zones, the VDP act as the eyes and ears of the state, reporting any suspicious activity directly to the presidency. On the intelligence front, Traoré has revived and repurposed Burkina Faso's dormant Office of Internal Counterintelligence, now tasked with rooting out internal dissent across all levels of government. Every official, from cabinet ministers to local police chiefs, is being monitored for loyalty. Simultaneously, a new biometric surveillance system has been rolled out under the Ministry of the Interior. Ostensibly a national registration effort, insiders claim it is tracking individuals linked to past plots, monitoring calls, movements, and meetings in real time. Media, misinformation, and Western pushback. The battle isn't just on the ground, it's also online and in the global media. Traoré has faced what supporters call a campaign of misinformation, painting him as a tyrant and ethnic aggressor. Accusations ranging from personal enrichment through gold reserves to targeting Fulani communities have surfaced in Western outlets but are largely dismissed by local media and officials inside Burkina Faso. One especially inflammatory claim, that Traoré was targeting the Fulani people, sparked protests among Burkinabe communities abroad, particularly in France. Yet no independent evidence from domestic journalists or human rights monitors substantiates the charge. According to supporters, such narratives are part of a broader attempt to delegitimize his leadership. Is Traoré a dictator or a revolutionary? Critics have accused Traoré of consolidating authoritarian control. But in a fiery address, he countered, Burkina Faso is not a democracy. It is a revolution. He argues that true national development does not stem from Western-style elections but from bold, unrelenting resistance to colonial legacies and elite corruption. Indeed, many Burkinabe, especially the youth, see Traoré not as a dictator but as a rare beacon of principled African leadership akin to Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary icon assassinated in 1987. Traoré lives modestly, travels little, and walks among the people. In contrast to the flamboyant lifestyles of many African heads of state, his austerity has become part of his legend. Supporters claim that if he were enriching himself, the signs would be visible. They aren't. The bigger battle. At the heart of this story is a geopolitical power struggle. Burkina Faso's natural wealth, particularly its gold and rare earth elements, makes it a prime target for foreign interference. And Traoré's efforts to nationalize control of these assets threaten entrenched interests. His alignment with anti-Western alliances, particularly the AES bloc Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, and partnerships with Russia have further isolated him internationally. But within parts of the continent, he's viewed as a pan-African visionary challenging the old order. With every foiled coup and security upgrade, his grip tightens, and so does the backlash. Whether one sees Traoré as a revolutionary or a risk, one fact is indisputable: he is now one of the most protected, surveilled, and strategically insulated leaders in Africa. And with the alleged presence of Russian commandos, his inner fortress appears nearly impenetrable. But as history has shown from Sankara to Lumumba, even the most fortified leaders are never entirely safe. So, African people and allies, are you ready or not to defend your leader? Do you want to see his efforts progressing or slowed down? Please let us know in the comments. For Vlog ND, I'm Sal Pierre. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share our videos. We appreciate your support so much. Stay with us for continuing coverage of West Africa's political crossroads.